Hey, welcome back, everybody. It's time once again for Closing the Wealth Gap. The one show, maybe the only show that shows you how to close the wealth gap in your own life with the man who's done it for many, our wealth coach himself, Tyrone French. Hey, Tyrone.
Good day to all our listeners out there. Welcome to another episode of Closing the Wealth Gap. I'm your host, Tyrone French. And, I think we have a VIP on the line today, Mr. Paul Roberts. Wow. Are you out there, Paul?
Oh, you're making me feel special already here. I'm usually just your sidekick. I'm the one going, what? Come on. Why?
You didn't get the memo that you got promoted?
I got promoted. I didn't know that.
How's it going, buddy?
It's going good. This show always puts a smile on my face. Maybe it's because of the banter back and forth, but you get me thinking, and damn it, I don't want to think. I already know all the reasons I can't be wealthy. I can't have this. I can't. I've been told all the reasons my whole life. And you're like, just change the channel, buddy.
Man, I tell you, you sound like a lot of my friends now. You're making me think. You're making me wonder about things that I hadn't thought about before. You're making me think about my will and my trust.
Yeah.
You're making me think about if something happened to me today, is my family okay? I have bank accounts, but my wife has an account and I have an account and we manage it that way and we're happy, but I didn't have my wife as my beneficiary and vice versa. So if something would have happened, she wouldn't have access to my money and she needs that money to function, to live off of.
Right.
So again, a lot of people don't want to think about these things, but Paul, these are things that has to be at the forefront of our minds. And then once we get it done, see, the issue is procrastination. Mm-hmm. If you put it off and put it off and put it off, now you're worried about it and you're thinking like, oh, I should get this done. I need to get this done, yada, yada, yada. But once you get it done, there's a relief or a release of almost endorphins that come up, that wash over you. It's like, wow, I feel so much better now that I got this done.
Yeah. Why is it we can plan for other things, but not for our future, our wealth? I can plan a family vacation very well. I look forward to it. I get excited about it. I can plan for the dinner this weekend that we're going to have. I can plan to go to the football game or whatever. I look forward to that kind of planning. But when it comes to planning my finances, I got a million excuses. I'd rather do a million things than talk about all that stuff.
Well, we call it it's a paradigm. And a paradigm is nothing but a multitude of habits.
Yeah. So
we get into this track of thinking habitually. And so we don't prioritize the things that we really need to do. As a matter of fact, often we are sold the things that we really need. We buy the things that we want, but we have to be sold the things that we need.
Say that again. There's some wisdom right there, folks. So listen to this right there. Say that again. I never heard that.
It just, again, goes back to psychology. And often based on setting priorities, we are sold the things that we need, but we often buy the things that we want. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times, if we're not focused on the priority and the right, I call it, the word that I use is syntax, meaning that the right order and the right order and the right sequence. Mm-hmm. If things are not in the right order and the right sequence, then over a period of time, things are going to be out of order. And now you're managing to the best of your ability, but you're actually mismanaging. It's like you got the cart in front of the horse.
Boy, I think most of us, if we're really honest, me included, mismanage our finances horribly. And that isn't to say I haven't made money, because I have, but I've blown it. I haven't saved it. I've missed things and I go, what did I do? What was I thinking about that? Why didn't I pay more attention to this?
We all do it, Paul. We all do. We're all singing that same song.
Yeah.
The difference is it goes back to discipline. Once you get the information and it becomes a priority, now you have to have the discipline to do it. Because everything we talk about on this show, it's easy to do, but it's also easy not to do.
Can I give you an example? This is one that's been haunting me lately here. So I live in Orange County. This is 2022. Houses have skyrocketed. Thank goodness I bought a house 25, 30 years ago. I could never afford a house today, right? Average house is $1 million in Orange County.
But again, Paul, that's your narrative. because people are buying properties today like it's going out of style. But go ahead.
Okay, you're right. I stand corrected, but here's the point. So I had a condo, and I could have kept it. I didn't need. I bought it for $100 and something, and I was going to sell it for like another $50,000 over. And I thought, man, I hit the bank. I'm going to roll this into a bigger house. And I did what everybody's been taught to do. You take all of that money and you roll it into the new house. Now, truth be told, I could have kept that condo. I only had a small payment left on it. I could have managed it and rented it. And had I held on to it, it'd be worth $600,000-$700,000 now. Extra money to me. That's right. Somebody else would have finished paying off the mortgage. All I had to do was make sure I was a tenant or a landlord and get tenants and keep it up. And I remember thinking to myself, should I keep this thing? It's a cute little condo, might be worth something someday. Never thought that much.
Right.
And the whole reason I did is I thought, oh, that's too much work. That'll take too much time. I don't know how to do that. I'm just going to sell it and flip it, because that's what you did. You bought one and you bought another. You never owned multiple properties. And had I done that, I'd have a heck of a lot more money right now today. But I had to
we operate with the level of knowledge that we have in the time that we're given. So what I'm saying is that you can't solve a new problem with old knowledge.
Yeah, right.
So you do the best where you are with what you have. And so based on the information that you had at that time, based on the climate that was going on at that time, what other people were doing.
Yeah, nobody was doing that.
It felt right to you. So you got to look at the styles that were going on back in the 80s and the 90s.
Oh.
Even just the fashion.
Yeah.
Because everybody was doing it.
Right.
But today you probably wouldn't want to dress that way.
I shouldn't bring my bell bottoms out from the 70s.
Exactly. So again, it's just based on the time.
But I didn't think I had the time to be, I've got a regular job. I don't have the time to go be a landlord, to find tenants, to deal with the hassle. What if they don't pay? What if they don't leave? Things break. I thought that would just take too much time. Now,
right, fixing toilets and,
that's not for me. Yuck. And yet I've met a couple of people now who did that, who didn't make the decision I did, and they're wealthy. They are wealthy because they didn't do that just once. They did it a couple. Once they found out this isn't that hard, they owned a couple of condos. They own a fourplex. They own something here, which they bought when they were cheap. And now they're worth a ton of money, and they have residual income that I don't have, simply because at that moment I gave up something I had because I didn't think I could do it, and I didn't think I had the time.
But Paul, let me just kind of interject this, because I don't care if it was 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago. We look back now and look at those prices and say that they were cheap.
Yeah.
But during the time, they were very expensive.
That's true.
And it was like taking a risk. And do I really want to do this? And
That's true. That's true.
So today, we got to stay in the present, because the same narrative exists. People look at housing costs or, the mortgages, and they think that it's very expensive. How can I afford this? But in 20, 30 years from now, people are going to be talking about in the 2020s how cheap or how inexpensive real estate was.
Believe. And the same thing with insurance. I could have bought insurance way back when. But I thought, I'm living for today. I'm 20, I'm 30, I'm 40. I'm living for today. Whatever income comes in, I blow it. I spend it. I enjoy it. And the idea of putting it aside for tomorrow, for 60, seemed like forever. I'm 60 something now. I wish I hadn't stored up a few nuts back then. I wish I hadn't lived just for the moment. And then I wonder, but it's too late now. I can't save now. I can't do anything now. And yet my parents lived to be in their 90s. I got another 30 years to go. Why am I telling it's all over?
It's never too late. I mean, I don't want to be the guy that's always optimistic and
you
the
are
sun is always shining, and it never rains, But the thing is, I appreciate the rain just as much as I appreciate the sunshine, because there's opportunity in both both weather climates. So we need the rain.
If I'm going to change my frequency, you use this word, and I just think it's such a strange way to decide, but a delicious word, because it isn't just the frequency of how often you do something. It's that frequency. I'm in radio. The radio frequency, the radio waves, tune into the right sound, tune into the right channel. If you're not listening, you've said this many times. So I love that dual-edged quality of that word. Doing it repeatedly and hearing the right message on the right channel. And that's really what I think this show is. So,
and that message is getting through loud and clear to a lot of people because, again, they're changing their narrative. They're changing. And a lot of people can't relate to that word mindset. But they can relate to frequency as far as tuning into a radio show, dialing in on a radio station, listen to a certain genre on as far as music, and they can relate to that. And so now it's like, okay, what is the self-talk that I'm having? What dialogue what conversation am I having with myself continuously on a daily basis? Because what I'm doing is I'm actually programming myself.
Right.
And the issue with a lot of people, as far as the people that do and don't do, I like that phrase and that wording in Star Wars, where Yoda said, do or don't do. There is no try. You're either going to do it or you're not going to do it. But there is no try because everything is going to generate a result. So once you understand that their narratives and just dialogue, and you got this self-talk, and you got your subconscious mind and your conscious mind that are literally trying to sync to create and manifest what it is that your hopes and desires and ambitions are. But until those two sync, you will always miss the mark.
Because one will say, do it. Two little angels. Do it. Don't do it. Yes. No. Hold on. Not sure. Think about it. What are you doing? Delay.
Yeah, so one of the greatest books in the Bible, one of the greatest books in the world is the Bible, that talks about principles, a way of living. There's a scripture that says a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
Wow. I never heard that one. Okay.
A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. What that means is that being indecisive, and Napoleon Hill talked about this. You can't possibly become successful and manifest certain things in your life if you're indecisive. The people that are very successful are the ones that are very decisive. They make up their minds very quickly. Why? Because they're in sync, and they change their minds very slowly. Because they understand that they're on a track. They understand that they're gonna hit their goals. It's only a matter of time.
So what is there a track that I can go? I need a step-by-step program to keep me accountable, to show me what the next step is. I can't find one. I find lots of ideas, but then when I try and put them into practice, I don't know how to track this. I don't know where to do this. I don't know where to find this. And if somebody had given me a track, for example, to be a landlord, here's the 4 steps. Here's the form. Here's how you get the tenants. Here's how you sign the lease. Here's how you fix stuff. Here's how you do all that. It isn't that hard. And I say that because I inherited a house not long ago and didn't want to sell it, and this time changed it. And it's out in Palm Springs, and I do rent it out. And it wasn't as hard as I thought, and that house has gone up in value. So I took what was given me and turned it into something more, simply because this time I had a different narrative. I am going to hold on to it. I am going to do something different.
Exactly. So let me tell you what my track is.
Okay.
I created a system called TF Wealth Club, the Tyrone French Wealth Club. And what it is, it's a subscription. It is a membership. And once you log on, you can go to tfwealthclub.com.
Okay.
You can go to tfwealthclub.com. You can go to tyronefrench.coach. And I'm not sending you there to sign up for the membership. That's not what I'm doing. What I want to do is expose you to this information.
There is a track that you've created.
Right. So that you can change your narrative.
Right.
It's almost like somebody eating a certain cuisine where they have an acquired taste.
Right.
Creating wealth is not,
it's an acquired taste.
Yeah.
Does that taste good to me?
They're not used to it in the beginning.
Yeah.
it's just something that you acquire. It's an acquired way of life. And so what I want you to do is go to tfwealthclub.com, or if you don't want to type in all those letters, just go to tyronefrench.coach. Look at that page. Look at, even if you just go to the page and just click on one of those boxes.
Okay. Again,
there are 3 pricing points, but anyway, click on one of the boxes. It's going to send you to a company called Saveology. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up because I partner with this company. It's a financial wellness company. They're going to give you a free world-class financial plan that you can put together in about 5 minutes.
Wow.
And the computer, based on you being in this system, it's going to ask you, just like your navigation, this is where you are. Where do you want to go? And then it's going to track it for you based on, let's say, income statements. If your income statement, meaning that your expenses are higher than your income, it's going to, in the system, it's going to focus on you creating more income and decreasing your expenses. Now, again, I don't want to get too technical. I don't want to get into income statements or net worth statements or anything. All of the information is there. What I want you to do is just in your free time, click on that website, start going through some of the benefits that's on that site, and then you'll begin to see the value that you're going to get by changing your own narrative as to, okay, this is where I am financially, and this is where I want to go. I want to accumulate X amount of dollars by a certain period of time, but I don't know how to do it.
Right.
I'm giving you a system,
a plan
that's going to show you exactly what you need to do step by step. Meaning that there's 3 things if you want to make a change in your life, there are 3 things that you really need to understand. You need to know what you want to do.
Clearly.
First and foremost, what is it that I want to do? What is it that I'm trying to accomplish? The second thing is, why am I trying to do this?
Motivation.
And that's the understanding. Why am I trying to do this? And then the third thing is, how do I do it? What trips most people up is the how.
Yeah.
They start out with how. How do I do this? See, the how is not present yet. You don't need to understand, or you don't need to know how you're going to do it. You need to know what you want to do and why you want to do it, and the how will take care of itself.
Well, you've given people an easy how-to. How do they reach you? How do they find out more about this? Because I'm looking at, for example, there's multiple elements to this. The one that strikes me the most is you've created a financial wellness center. Ooh, that makes me feel good, because I'm always looking for wellness information. I belong to Blue Cross or Blue Shield or one of those, I forget, and they have wellness information, yes, things they can do to track my blood pressure, to eat healthier, to tips on how to exercise and do things. I'm always looking because I want to find ways to stay healthy, to be well, and to be well for as long as I can. I don't want to end up sick like the generations before us. When I'm 65 or 70, I'm sick and I'm dying and I'm in a wheelchair and all. Our generation's determined not to do that. I don't know that we have the same determination not to be financially sick as we do with our physical.
Because we don't think about it. We don't see poverty as a sickness.
Yeah.
Or we don't view poverty as dis-ease.
Yeah.
Sometimes we look at it as a way of life, or lack, or the opposite of poverty is abundance. So we don't see abundance as wellness.
No.
And the narrative for years was financial security.
Yeah.
You wanted to have financial security,
right,
but a better narrative and a better dialogue that you can receive consciously and subconsciously is wellness. Financial wellness.
Because I can enjoy wellness. If I'm well, I can take a walk. I can play with my grandkids today. I can do what I want, when I want, where I want. That's but only if I'm healthy.
And you just hit the head, or hit the nail right on the head. Because again, going back to those patterns of threes, and it's something about threes that is
Yes.
so extremely powerful.
Yes, magic of three.
But it's happiness, health, and wealth.
Yeah.
Happiness forms the foundation of everything that we need to do,
Right.
of who we are.
Is the glass
Happiness leads to health.
is the glass half empty, half full? Am I always moaning, or am I always finding the positive? You're a positive person, so I suspect you're mostly happy because whatever's happening, you tend to find the good in it. And okay, if it's an obstacle, I'll overcome it. If it's a bad thing, it's a challenge. If it's maybe there's an opportunity that it's presented. Too many of us are defeated by everything, and we have a mindset in the beginning that says doom and gloom, woe is me, the whole world's out to get me, I'm a victim.
And Paul, the last thing I want to add is when we talk about wealth, wealth is whatever you decide in your mind
That's true too.
that it is.
That's true too.
But it all begins with happiness, health, and good health,
Right.
because it's hard to do anything when you're sick.
No.
So it's happiness, health, and then wealth.
Yeah.
So again, my system is the TF Wealth Club. And the reason I chose the word club is because think about it. Most people have a gym membership.
Yeah.
And so they have a health club that they attend, that they have a membership to.
And they're working out all the time.
All
but I'm
the
never
time.
working on
Habitually.
or working. I'm never working with my finances. I put them aside. I have that taken care of. I'm safe now. I got the insurance. I've got a bank account. I got something, and I never think about it twice. I don't work out financially. I work out all the time to get stronger, healthier, but I don't work out to get wealthier.
And that's the focus. See, energy flows where attention goes. So if your attention is focused on, again, going to the gym, going to the health club and getting in shape and feeling good about yourself, but you're neglecting your finances, then all you have to do is change that narrative. And the same way you go to the health club, go to the wealth club.
Go to the wealth club.
Go to the
it.
wealth club. And that wealth club that I've established is tfwealthclub.com. If you can't remember that, then go to TyroneFrench.coach. But I have another ace in the hole. It's my app.
Yeah.
I have a mobile. Everybody has a cell phone. And so all you have to do is text Tyrone French to 36260. That's Tyrone French, my first and last name, 36260. Download that app. It's not going to take up any space in your phone, but you're going to have an icon right on your screen. And all you have to do is press that button. You'll have my entire business in the palm of your hand. And if you want to check out my TF Wealth Club, just tap the app. If you want to check out, go to my personal website, tap the app. If you want to contact me, email, text, tap the app.
So what's an average gym membership? What's an average, I don't know, pick 24-hour fitness or some big chain like that? What do they charge per month to work out? Do you know?
I'm not sure. Maybe it's around $1 a day or less than.
I just looked
even
it
less
up.
than that.
It says right $45 a month. And that gives you access to all the equipment, to all the training, to force you to go somewhere and hold you accountable to do, hey, I'm paying $45 a month. I better use this thing. You're charging $39.95. Kind of the same thing.
And here's the thing. Imagine if you have health issues. You can literally go to your doctor. We're talking about the health club. Right. You can go to your doctor and the doctor can prescribe you to go to the health club.
Yeah.
And you can write off that membership.
Really? Okay.
What I do, because people are trying to become financially fit and with financial wellness, I can literally show you how to take that $39.95, which is the lowest membership that we have or subscription, and I can show you how to write it off. So now you're saving on your taxes as well.
Makes so much sense. We do it in other parts of our lives. And whether it's this wealth club or any other idea, I don't see this is a novel idea. I have lots of people who want to come to my house and sell me something. Insurance, stocks, real estate. Everybody's got an idea, a thing they want me to buy, and then I'll be secure. They never come and talk about me being happy or healthy. And that's the promise of the gym membership. You will feel better. You will live longer. You'll be able to do more. You have more choices, more things you can do in your life, particularly as you get older. You won't be restricted. And yet, if I don't have the wealth, if I'm not working on that, it's not going to take care of itself. And that will be the reason I can't go on the trip. I can't do something.
Right.
I can't enjoy life. I can't pay my bills. I can't.
And think about this, Paul. And a lot of our listeners out there can kind of like, identify to what I'm about to say. But a lot of people have a health club membership and they don't use it. They don't step foot in the gym.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. With my wealth club, you're going to use this membership. You're going to use it. And I tell it just like with life insurance. I'll get people that they want to procrastinate and they want to drag their feet and then eventually they buy it. But one of the things that I really kind of have to tell people is like, life insurance is not like car insurance. It's not like your homeowner. I mean, you may never get into a car accident.
Right.
Your house may never burn down.
Right.
But with life insurance, I can guarantee them that one of these days you're going to use this policy.
That's true.
You're going to use it. So again, let's imagine somebody decided, okay, well, I'm going to go to tfwealthclub.com. I'm going to take a look at it and I'm going to take a chance. I'm just going to take a chance on the $39.95 membership. There's a 60-day full money back guarantee. Now, once you sign up, right on the website, it tells you that I wrote a book called Closing the Wealth Gap.
Right.
I'm going to give you a free ebook of my free ebook of Closing the Wealth Gap. So you're going to get the book for free. You're also going to have access to the Saveology website where you can download a world-class financial plan.
Online, you can fill it out. You can follow it. You don't have to pay somebody to prepare.
You can print it out. You can just leave it online. You can access it 24/7. Again, you're going to know whether or not you're delinquent or deficient in your estate planning, life insurance,
where you're
retirement planning,
like when
everything.
When I go to the gym, the first thing they do is do an assessment. Let's see, you can't lift that. You don't
Exactly.
do that. You got a problem here. Okay, let's find out.
Exactly.
Where you're
So that's what you're going to get. You're going to get an assessment, and from that assessment, they're going to track your progress. The system is going to tell you exactly how you're progressing, and you're going to see it. And again, you can literally print it out. You can literally share this plan with a loved one. So you can have an accountability partner. Hey, you know what? I'm working on my finances right now. I want you to take a look at this. And I want you to just kind of like be in my corner. I just want you to know what I'm doing.
My workout buddy.
A workout buddy. So again, and last but not least, you're going to have this app in your hand. Now, again, if you just text Tyrone French to 36260, if you don't want to do that, just TyroneFrenchApp.com. TyroneFrenchApp.com. Or again, when you go to my website, the information is going to be right there for you to download my app. But go to the website, get this information, and start solving these financial issues that you have.
You know what it makes me think as we come to the end here is that it makes me think that if you've made it so easy, text me, go to the site. Sign up you got a gym membership, get one more membership, get a financial wellness club. Don't just have a health club, have a financial wellness club.
Wealth club. Yes.
Wealth club. You 100 ways. I'll give you your money back. I'll give you free books. I'll give you anything I can do just to take this step and walk with us and start working out. That if you don't do this, it makes me believe you don't really want to feel better.
And you have nobody to blame but yourself, because I'm giving it to you on a silver platter and you have absolutely nothing to lose. Nothing.
But you mean but I'm
going to end with this, Paul.
Yeah.
Most people are so focused on job security right now.
Mm-hmm.
And in my mind, job security is an oxymoron. Because there's nothing secure about having one income stream.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely nothing. So once you get this information, and again, I'm not saying that a job is bad or earned income is bad. It's a step. It's a step to get you to another level, because everybody know people that 10% of the population understands that the fastest way to accumulate wealth is to own your own business or to have multiple streams of income.
Yeah. I agree.
That's a fact. It's a fact.
I wish I had held on to one more piece of property that I had in my hands and I let it go, not because I really needed that little bit of money to buy the next house. I used some of it to buy the next house, but I could have easily cashed out and kept that in my hands. But I thought it was too hard, too difficult. It's not for me. I'm not a landlord. I don't know how to do it. It takes too much time. I had a million things. It's a risk and whatever else. And the normal narrative was you bought one and then you flipped it into something bigger. You never held on to two. And that simple thing, if I had done that, I would have been in a stronger place. And the fact that I did do that when I was offered another chance at this, I got lucky and my dad left me a house rather than just flip it and or sell it like most people did and take the money and blow it. I found a way to keep tenants in there. I found a way to be a landlord. I found a way to hold on to it, and the house doubled in value.
And Paul, you know me as far as I'm the type of person that I don't own anything, but I control everything.
Yeah, right.
And so I have income producing assets. I have trusts. I have, things that appreciate in value.
Multiple business streams. Yeah, I know you got lots of things.
My dad recently passed away here. And so going through and settling the estate and everything, he always talked about, he grew up in Alabama. And make a long story short, my family owns 19 acres of land in Alabama.
Huh.
And that's just on my dad's side. That's not even on my mother's side.
Right.
And basically what they do is they have the minimum rights, and what they use the property as far as timber companies come in there and they sell the timber on the land and everything. But now we're in the process of, again, people are getting themselves to a point where a lot of places they can't live in metropolitan areas or in cities and things. It's just too expensive for them. Right. So a lot of people are moving back south.
Clearly.
And so now I'm sitting on 19 acres of land that's about to be developed, that we can use that land to develop it and create homes that's going to just help a lot of people as far as just living, and that are getting themselves together financially, that they can afford to live. And because to me, quality of life is a birthright. It's a birthright.
That's a whole nother show, and maybe it should be the next show, because I think that goes to the heart of what I've been taught, and so many have been taught, that we live in a world of scarcity, not a world of abundance. Everything's scarce. There's only so many houses, there's so many jobs, there's so much money, and I'm constantly boxed out for whatever reasons. But it's scarce, and we got to fight for it, rather than you're taking an asset that was handed down to you, that somebody held on to, acreage in the middle of probably the wilderness in Alabama, and you're seeing it now, and there's an abundance that can not only profit you and your descendants, but can profit other people by using the land, by developing the land. That's an abundance. We'll take one loaf and we'll feed 500 people.
I remember being a child, 5 years old. My dad we used to always go back to Alabama for the summer, and on the property there's a river and streams, and I remember the wells that were on the property where they would go down and get that water, and it was just cold and just refresh. It tastes so good, and we would just walk for miles. And you see all the wildlife, and it was just, it was like heaven on earth. Not knowing that I was going to grow up one day and really start managing and making sure that other people can have the same lifestyle that I had when I was growing up.
Yeah. Well, that's the key. Are we living in abundance? and then therefore I have a right to it. I can get it, and you know what? I have a right to it. I deserve it. Or do I live in a world of scarcity? I can't get anything. I don't deserve it. Ain't for me. Do I live in a world like that? Then no, I'm not going to work out. Why? Because I'm wasting my time.
What I want people to do is decide, make the decision to be happy, healthy, and wealthy. And once you make that decision to be happy and healthy and wealthy, then get out of your own way.
Yeah.
Get and become the person that you really want to be. Start modeling that person now. Become that person now. Because if you do it now and you know exactly where you're going as far as happiness, health, and wealth, it's just a matter of time before it manifests.
And then invest in yourself. You're willing to go to college or take classes. You're willing to go to a gym and put in time and treasure and effort. Why don't do the same thing with your financial wellness?
That is always your number one investment. Invest in yourself.
Right.
The first and greatest victory is to conquer self.
Boy, that's a whole nother show. We're our worst enemies. We're the ones standing. It's that voice in our head. It's that script that's channel that we're tuned into. Poor me, not for me, can't do it, won't do it, later, sometime, maybe, never.
And that's what this whole show, that's what this entire show is designed to help people with. What we're doing is we're creating a community of people that understand who they are, where they want to go, who they want to be. We're changing that narrative. And the people that are part of this community, it's like being connected. It's an interconnectedness.
Yeah.
And we appreciate one another. We like seeing other people growing. I like getting those emails as far as the successes that people are having. And that's what we're doing. We're creating a family environment. We're creating a community where people are changing their narrative. They're changing their lives, but not only their lives, but the lives of the people that are around them.
It's like a support group, or to use another religious analogy, God loves the sinner. He hates the sin, but he loves the sinner. So you almost seem to be like that, embracing people, even when they fall down, even when they fail, come back. We still love you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. Tell everybody how to get in touch with you, and we'll wrap this one up.
Again, what I want you to do today is go to my app, text Tyrone French to 36260. Go to my website to check out the TF Wealth Club, tfwealthclub.com or tyronefrench.coach. Get that app, start tapping that app. And again, you're going to receive so much value. And again, it's not going to cost you anything up front.
Give and you shall receive. Thanks I always feel this is a gift, and I look forward to having these conversations with you. I hope others do too here.
Same here, Paul.
All right.
Same here, buddy.
Thanks. All right. That's going to wrap it up for today. That's our show for this week. Closing the Wealth Gap. The one show, the only show that shows you how to take control of your financial future. Right here in Orange County's only community radio station, OCTalkRadio.net.